So now we're going to check the activity in a game called Jeopardy Labs. Yeah. So you have two teams. One of you, what's your name?
Of the team, WDTAT.
Okay, and you are guys.
I don't know.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so guys, you can pick the first question and for how many points, like from which row and for how many points.
You can start. You can choose.
So let's start with the easier one, I think. Maybe the second roll, the one for 200.
200,
Oh.
this one. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay.
Fine, so this is the slip. So when teaching young learners, it's essential never to underestimate the power of a strong routine. Oh, that's the first one you discussed about, and it was actually number 9.
Mm-hmm.
So, what did you say? Is it true or is it false?
Like we weren't so sure because like we put also it might be in some cases it might be true and in some cases it might be false because even with the younger children I think with the youngest they need to have one routine because if you change the routine they will be confused and so it wouldn't work I think but for the for the older ones it's another way around because they might need some change of the routine that it will be like not so the lessons won't be like the same.
And the older students, what age do you have in mind?
12 to 13.
Yeah.
Or
12 to 13.
maybe, yeah.
And when you consider that they might not have the best level, does it like maybe change the situation or, I mean the level of their English, obviously, if it's not so good?
Then the routine is probably better.
Yeah.
So the final answer is true or false?
So what's it? True? Okay, true.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, perfect. Did you have the same answer for number 9? Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, basically, you know, like the routines, they help a lot. They help a lot because when they know the structure of the lesson, it's much easier for you to give instructions, yeah? So you don't have to really like spend so much time in giving instructions because they know what's like, you know, what to suspect. It's the thing that you can, of course, you know, like you change the activities. It's just about the structure of the lesson. Yeah? So, perfect. Good job, guys.
What to expect.
Yeah,
Yeah, what to expect, right?
Yeah,
What to suspect, yeah.
That's what to suspect. Oh, Jesus.
It's alright,
Sorry,
it's just,
yeah. That's my... Okay.
I don't know.
You can pick. Me?
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay, let's go. Who you have right now?
In which, like, row? 1 or 2? First, second?
Oh. And
That's a column.
first one.
Okay.
That's a column, sorry.
Fine. So, spark students' curiosity throughout class. Oh, that's the first one that we did all together. Okay.
True. It was true.
So it's true. Okay, fine. And maybe, not to give it to you so easily, could you maybe guess like which of the areas? I'm going to put it back so that you can see the areas. Where is it? It should be here. So which of these does it talk about? Might be more than just one.
I think it's like the second one, getting your students' attention because it encourages their curiosity and then...
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. I can make it
sorry.
bigger. Give me a second, yeah. Here it is.
Maybe also a classroom atmosphere. You know, when they're curious and you tell them not to be curious, the atmosphere in the classroom just gets lower and, you know, they are bored and
Yeah, like I understand it in the way that you mean like if like the traditional way. I am the teacher,
yes,
and what I say is true, and you can't doubt me. Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Yeah. What about maintaining a low noise level? Can it like affect this or?
Yeah, maybe when they're
Just
curious, they are
slightly.
like loud and they speak a lot and they are louder and louder. So I think that also include maintaining a low noise level.
Yeah. So maybe we need to know how to calm them down after such activity. Okay. Perfect. So let's go back to the game. And you know that it was true. Perfect. Okay.
The other 300.
The other 300, okay. So there is no need to wait for distracted students to start a new activity, even if you do not have everyone's attention is a good way how to teach young learners to pay attention to the teacher. But do not forget to reprimand them when they do not know what the rest of the class is doing. And it is number, sorry for that, 7.
I think it false.
Okay, why do you think it's false?
Because I think it will be like a kind of a mess in the class if you started like the activity when not everyone was paying attention to you. And
I think it's important that no one is distracted when I start saying some instructions. Yeah. So everyone should pay attention.
And what would happen if you just let it go?
Yeah.
When you just don't worry about it? The only student, you have 7, there's only one who's not paying attention. So what would be the consequence of not getting him on task at the beginning? Or
Those
to listen to?
questions. On which page are we? Yeah, those. And would we distract other students? So
Yeah, exactly. So we
Attention.
distract the
Mm-hmm.
activity.
Yeah, definitely. It's, like, for example, you can't really afford this during listening activity, yeah? Because then it's like the focus of all the other children is out of the window, yeah. Okay,
So it's false.
False.
It's false, yeah?
definitely. Yeah, and also the part of reprimanding, we try not to do that, yeah? So we try to motivate them positively, not by like being really like, angry and mad. Okay, I don't know, guys.
Me neither. You can go, ladies first.
Thank you.
we have
Such a
more
chance.
The points.
I'm so
No.
no, Jesus Christ, see?
Ah,
Good. Thank you very much. Miss Kay.
yeah, thank you.
400? Okay. Okay, so second row, 400.
Second column, yeah, okay. It's important to give students very detailed instructions. Young learners often have difficulties to understand if you do not describe all activities in great detail. And that is number... Jesus Christ.
8.
Yeah, thank you.
This was the hard one.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, we kind of discussed it, but I think I have a false written on my paper because you don't necessarily have to go to like very, very detailed.
Oh, you told them. So
Make it like as simply as possible so they understand it easily with no
They can
difficulties.
figure out what to do while doing the activity because you can explain and they don't know, but once they are starting doing it, they realize how to do it. But keep it simple because if you confuse them, they will get lost, and when they get lost, it's counterproductive.
Do you remember that we talked about the strategy yesterday, how to do it with like more complex instructions? Because there are, like
Cut them
games.
into the shorter
Yeah.
chunks.
Yeah. So if you're setting up a game, which usually has like a, more complex
But when you
instruction.
cut it into chunks, you're pretty much doing just simple instructions, but you do it in more chunks, so...
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely. It never works, to describe. You might just confuse them if you go into detail. So yeah, of course it's false. Did you have the same, guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do another 400? Okay.
So, this is about the traffic light, red, amber, green car system in class to give students a visual cue as to their behavior at the stage of the class. But what was really, really important here was that the children need to understand that you can contact their parents should they keep on behaving badly, and once they get a red card, leave it on the board for the whole time of the lesson so they can feel ashamed and will not repeat their bad behavior next time. And this was actually number
5.
yeah.
False, right? Yeah. We think it's false because I think it's okay to say, okay, you're behaving bad, but I don't think it's important to put it on the board for the whole class so everyone can see, and the kid will be ashamed, of course, so I don't think it's a good thing to...
To false, yeah? Yeah, okay. Did you have the same, guys?
Yes.
Okay, one more question. Do you think that the traffic light system, like red, amber, green, is a bad idea?
Maybe it's not a bad idea, but I don't know, maybe I think it's pretty strict like that way that they can see, I think of course they would feel ashamed all the lesson, the atmosphere would be bad, and I don't know, maybe it was like...
So maybe think, how can we change this? That it is valuable for us, like it helps us, but it doesn't, hurt the child.
Maybe give them those cards in the end of the lesson, one by one, so they can see what we think about their behavior. And if they get 3 cards, if they have 3 red cards, maybe talk to them that their behavior is not the best, and we can talk to their parents.
Can we change it throughout the lesson, maybe?
Only use the green card to give the positive motivation to point out if somebody is behaving good or is paying attention enough. Again, being with the positive motivation instead of the negative motivation, to not be a threat to someone, just to point out and give the others motivation that...
Yeah, I agree with you totally. You can maybe start the lesson that, everyone has a green card under their name. Yeah, so we start on a positive note. But we can definitely use this, you can use the amber, also maybe red. But, once they get to red, don't just let it be, and don't let them be on the red card for the whole lesson, They can start behaving, in the way that you want them to behave, so then you can go back, yeah? And try to find those moments,
This is important. Really.
Yeah, try to find really, what we always say is that, catch them doing good, not catch them doing bad. So, it's always, even if you know that this is a difficult student and they might, misbehave throughout the lesson, try to, catch them when they are behaving well, or when they're, just I don't know, they were successful in the exercise or whatever.
And praise them. It's not just catch them for yourself, but tell them in front of the whole class. This is called positive reinforcement. They're going to feel, oh, okay, so I can be a good student as well.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, these are the kids who are told, oh, he's a bad student. He's a whatever you teachers call the students, but we don't want that. We want to teach them that they are also able to be behaving the way we want them, and you show them, oh, that's the way. And I think that's what Andre was kind of pointing at. Yeah. So you can still keep that red system, but positive. Yeah. Try to keep it positive. Try to bring them to that green color. Stay there.
Good point or whatever. That they don't need to even be the cards. It's just because once the child gets to red, and you leave it there, for the rest of the lesson, it's for them, okay, so now I don't need to behave. Yeah, now I can misbehave, do all the monkey business, because it doesn't matter. Yeah,
I'm already
got,
ready.
yeah, so it's fine. Yeah, so this is what we don't.
And during the camp, I think we discussed this. So guys, maybe just keep quiet. Those of you who went to the camps. But what do you think is more important than what? To focus on the good students and praise them, or to focus on the bad students and praise them?
Focus on the bad students and praise them. Because good students are already good. So you need to teach this, like bad students to be like the good students.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry for using the term good and bad.
Yeah,
students.
I would, you know, like,
I'm sorry for I introduced it that way.
Yeah, but
you know
I think you
what
should
I
keep
mean.
it in balance. Actually, I think you should
Of
keep
course.
it in balance, but it's more difficult to find, you know, things to praise the bad students for.
So that's where your
Yeah.
focus has to be.
Yeah.
But of course, you still have to keep
Yeah, praising the good ones.
But as you said, usually they choose to behave the way
Yeah.
that they need to because that's how they are.
Yeah.
But I think I would usually focus on the difficult ones and try to help them
Yeah.
get better.
And also, you know, like I always try to do it in a kind of a natural way because they can feel if you're like just praising them for the sake of praising them, yeah. So yeah, but you can always find something, you know, to praise. And also, like what is really important is even if they're misbehaving, you know, like the second they stop doing it, you also have to forget about it. Yeah, you can't stay mad.
And take it
For the-
personal.
Yeah, rest of the lesson.
How many times have you thought about a bad teacher to like, why is she so angry? We're just kids, right?
Yeah.
So kids can't get you to a
Offend
level
you.
or offend
Yeah.
you or anything. It's just they don't know better, so we have to help them.
Yeah, and every lesson is a new day for them. Yeah, they don't remember the last lesson and they tend to behave according to their emotions and sometimes it might not even be like your fault or maybe it's not even like that your lesson is, I don't know, not interesting for them, but maybe they are, you know, like as we said yesterday, they had like, I don't know, bad lunch or they got in a fight with a sibling in the morning or something like that and they tend to bring it into the classroom. So yeah, sometimes it's not even your fault so you can't take it personally. Yeah, but it's always nice if it's like extreme, you can take the child. I would strongly suggest not to do it in front of the whole classroom, but maybe after the lesson, you know, like take them a little bit to the side and ask like, hey, what's wrong? Like, why are you behaving this way? Like, is it something that I've done or is it something, you know, that I can help you with? Or, you know, like what is going on?
So to sum it up, Kubo, praising and reprimanding, does it happen in front of the whole class?
Like the praising can, because it would be some kind of motivation for the others also to be praised. But I think the reprimanding shouldn't be done in front of the whole class.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's why during the camp I told you send me the problem once, yeah, and I'll discuss it somewhere
Yeah.
in privacy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Okay, who was the one answering this question? Because I don't remember. It was you guys? Good.
Okay, let's risk it. The first column 500.
Okay. With young learners, it can often be difficult for teachers to communicate how they are feeling in class without using overcomplicated words or reverting back to the students' L1 to ensure the message is understood. It is all right to let them tell you about their day in language 1, so Slovak in our case, to create a friendly atmosphere in class.
That was number 6.
Let me check. Yes.
It was true.
Okay.
Just to overall keep the good atmosphere, the friendly atmosphere with students, and to maybe bond with them a bit, because they can feel more safe. They are very, very insecure about their teachers. I think it's a topic today, since even in camp we were talking about mental health of the students, and it's hard for them because they cannot talk about their feelings with their teachers in school because they don't have any good relationship. It's still the student-teacher relationship. And if you can bond with them this way, you keep friendly and they can feel safe with you, it just makes them feel better and that will lead them to be better students or to learn more.
Yeah. So you agree, yeah? We don't.
You don't?
No.
Oh.
No.
And why? The question
Yeah.
is why?
Why do you think?
Because the Slovak language.
That wouldn't be necessarily, you know, like the only problem here.
Because they will like get used to talking Slovak language
Yeah, that's part of the
and
problem.
they won't
Yeah.
talk to you in English.
That's part of the problem, definitely. Imagine you have 6 kids in a class and everyone wants to speak about their day.
Okay.
Have you been in a situation like that with kids trying to tell you a story from their day?
Yeah,
What happens next? Oh, no, and I was there as well. And
Yeah.
like they start, like you never stop,
Yeah.
you know? Because everybody's got long stories.
Dismissed dramatic music.
sorry about that. Yeah, it's like, I'm not saying that it is totally wrong to communicate a little bit. Yeah, so maybe if you have like really, really small kids, you can get a system where, you know, like every lesson somebody else tells something, you know, like what, I don't know, they want to tell you. Yeah, sorry?
I would avoid that because
Like-
it's always going there. It's
Yeah, you're right, but it is true that if you know, communicate only in English, then they might lose some kind of, you know, like, I don't know, it might not feel safe for them. So I would say, okay, it's fine, but, or let's, you know, like take out, you have, I don't know, let's say 55-minute lesson, you take out your, you know, alarm clock, you set, you know, like, I don't know, the alarm for like the first 3-4 minutes of the lesson, and when, you know, like it goes off, then you're like, okay, now we start with English. Yeah?
and then think about the syllabi.
Yeah, I know.
It's too long. It's got 4 minutes. I
So
think.
then 3 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, don't go there for a long time.
Not
just,
for a long
you know,
time.
It's just okay. It's just
Or maybe
how are you
in
doing,
the door,
you know?
yeah, when they're
Before the
coming
class,
in.
after the class,
Yeah.
there are like times you can build a relationship, but don't make it an activity for every lesson. I don't agree with that. Sorry. You know, setting 4 minutes out of 55. That's and
So
constantly.
maybe that was too long, yeah, but like 3 minutes.
It's
I
2
think
minutes. Yeah, it's
okay.
like really. Oh, okay.
Sorry.
She's telling you something.
Okay, it hurted.
So, minus everybody?
Yes. Yes, maybe I.
Point deductions. Yeah.
Let's go safe. Or
We can try. It's just a game.
200 or 500.
You'll be still winning even if we did
I know, but
500.
then it can turn. Oh, okay.
Let's try the 500.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Lastly, but most importantly, you must forgive and forget. Starting every class with a clean slate is essential when teaching young learners, and that is number 3.
Okay, we think it's true.
Mhm.
Because as you said, kids forget, so we should forget to, and we shouldn't remind them their behavior from the last lesson.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we also maybe try to forgive and forget throughout the lessons? That's like extra question, not like.
If they start behaving good, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is sometimes very difficult for some teachers, but yeah, you're right,
Yeah.
it is true. Yeah, so what I always try to, you know, like my mantra is that I can't get offended by children or teenagers, because I'm the adult in the situation. Yeah, I don't understand why teachers or how teachers can get offended by, you know, like kids or teenagers. Because they're still kids, yeah? They're the adults in the situation, or nearly adults.
Me personally, I was a misbehaving student. Yeah, my behavior wasn't the best, but the study part was good, but my behavior was bad. So I tend to find it funny, and I laugh about it, you know, because I see my old self or me being a student, I did it. So I kind of laugh about the human side of it. So, and that makes me not get angry about it, you know, because it can get frustrating. You start an activity, you plan the lesson, then it goes out of the window. So sometimes just, you know, smiling about it, laughing about it, but
Also
trying
sometimes
to get them back on
making
task.
fun of the students help as well. But like, I mean in a
Not in a
positive
bad way.
No, in a bad way.
Mhm.
Yeah, but just like, you know, keeping it like light and you know, yeah. We sometimes laugh
Yeah.
with, but also at our students. Yeah, but in a good way.
And yeah, right, in a good way.
In a
fun.
good way, in a fun way. Yeah.
In a fun
we
way. So,
wouldn't, like,
for example, you're going to do your homework. Oh, again, and said, how many times have we had this conversation? You know, just
Yeah.
smile about it.
Yeah.
And don't get angry. Like, of course they're going to heckle. Of course they're
Yeah.
going to tell you they're not going to do the activity.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
you know, like I tend to answer like when you know, like I ask like, what did you do last weekend, and they said nothing, and I said it's not, you know, like physically possible. You need to like breathe, at least, yeah, and then you need to sit or lay somewhere. So yeah, these kind of things, you know, not like really make.
Scolding.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Fine. Did I? I think
Yes.
yeah, good.
Better director, not mine.
Okay, so 281st row.
Okay. Teachers need to be strict and have the upper hand all the time. Students need to remember what they have done wrong, so it is teachers' role to often remind them, yeah, it's okay to use language such as if you don't work hard, you won't learn anything. Raising your voice to reprimand a badly behaving child will show all of your students that you demand total obedience at all times. And this is number 2.
False. It's false. Definitely false.
Why?
We talked about it yesterday.
Yeah, I'm sorry I wasn't there, but I think like teachers also can be wrong. I'm not always bad, and we should not remind them of like what they did to us. So, and we also like talked about it that we should forgive
Mm-hmm.
and forget.
Yeah. Okay. Definitely. Okay. Is there anything that you would like to add to this?
I think we discussed.
And did you guys agree that
Yeah.
number? What number was it? Yeah, 2 was false. Okay. So which 100 would you like?
Pretty
One or
hard
two?
choice. Kind of hard choice.
Yes.
But unimportant.
Yeah. Hard but unimportant.
So let's go for 1.
Okay. So make sure you're always focused on the positive behavior of the student in your class. In doing this, the student will always try to fulfill your positive expectations of them. In doing so, will reduce the amount of negative behavior in the class. It also encourages students to be more positive towards each other and will promote positive and supportive class environment.
Number 10.
I think we put false because it will always focus on the positive behavior and you won't focus on the negative one. That maybe I think the student will feel too safe and they will. I think it won't be working like that. That if you focus on the positive, they will behave positive. Or
I don't know, I think it's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you should focus on the positive behavior, you shouldn't focus on the negative behavior because that leads to more negative behavior and a bad atmosphere in the class, so I think you should focus on the positive, yeah.
So which number? Is it plus or minus? I don't know.
I'm sorry? It's true, it's...
Yes, it's true, but Kuba
So-
said it's false.
but
And then Mishka said
Yeah.
it's true after she saw it.
After she's away. No,
but she's a teacher, I'm not a teacher.
tell me when have you ever felt too safe? like, no, I'm too safe, nothing can happen to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just.
I'm sorry, it's just a joke.
Yeah.
I know you and...
I just thought that, but I don't have like the practical side of the teaching.
No, I'm joking.
so-
In life, when you just say like, oh, this is too safe, I need more danger.
Yeah.
I need
Yeah.
real seekers, right? Like, no, it's good to feel safe in a
Yeah.
classroom, right?
Maybe with my class teacher.
But like, it's not about not reprimanding or not
it's the focus.
It's the focus,
Yeah,
yeah,
of course,
the
you're going to
focus
tell
part.
them that they're not listening.
Yeah.
That you're going to bring them on task. It's just
Yeah.
where your focus should be.
Yeah.
So it's not like you do this and then you show them that work. You're not like, okay, stop everyone, stop, and now what are you doing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What have I told you? And you never do
Yeah.
your job. And I've
Yeah.
given you this task 200 times, and you never
Yeah.
listen. See, guys.
This is
Look at
But I didn't make it like that.
Yeah, I know. We're showing you the extreme.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we also want to make it fun. Right.
Okay, for the slightly older students, get them to create an activity schedule in which the students themselves prepare fun language activity for the rest of the class. And it is because that they really like the opportunity to show of their talents or choose something that they're interested in. Yeah, they like to have a bit more autonomy in the class and use the language in freer context.
Sure.
Do you agree?
Pocket the ball? Which one?
That was your job.
4. And then we're
Yeah.
good.
That's true.
They like to be included.
By slightly older students, we mean like 10 to 14 or 12
Yeah.
to 14?
Yeah,
Yeah,
would
I
say
think that's
so.
the age when they like
Yeah.
to show themselves to others. And
And also, they want
Not in Lucka.
they want to have that autonomy. you
Yeah.
know? Everybody wants to have
Really?
autonomy.
Really, Lucka.
Sorry. Yeah, that's true. And also, it is very motivational for them. No, I'm crying.
It's a regret.
Yeah, it's very motivational for them, and you might see that even the students that are not really interested in the classic student book thing suddenly become very interested when they are the one to present that what they like, or even if there is a topic in the book that they feel passionate about, suddenly their whole demeanor changes. Okay. Good. So we have the winners. Congratulations, guys. Good job.